had to stop. Every time I go on one of these ventures, I go up a road. But when I come back, there's a huge rock someplace on a trail or something. My little one, Cy, loves rocks, so I had to stop and pick up this mini boulder. This is the Owens Valley. Boy, the altitude beat me up, but I actually feel a little bit better for going up there. Again, Sandra. What did you tell all these people? I knew it was fear and ignorance. What, did you think I was going to steal from Mom? Let me tell you a story about when I was 16, not quite 17. You know, Dad's business was really in the tubs. You and Renee, you were kind of oblivious to it because Mom hid it very well. Remember when Dad was hurting so bad after World Research failed from the aerospace, NASA? Mom went to work as a waitress at Howard Johnson's on Reseda Boulevard, 3 days a week in the morning. Who do you think drove her there? Me. This one for me is the most honorable thing my mom could have done. She came up to me before Christmas. And she said, Donnie, I know you're working part-time jobs. Do you have any money around? I said, sure, Mom. How much? And she says, you have to promise me you won't tell your dad. They couldn't make the mortgage. It was $125.20. And when Aunt Maggie came out in March and said, Donald, you know, that was like his second mom. Look how Dad just took off. But he was a beaten man. And my mom loved him so much. She didn't want to burden him with any more hurt that would beat him up even lower. Dad was not a quitter. What an honor for her to come to her son and keep a secret like that, which isn't a bad secret, and help the family. We had a lot of tuna casserole, which you and especially Renee didn't have a clue to. Mom and Dad were good people. And look how you harmed my mom at the end. Not just the hospice, but from the day you showed up at the hospital after she fractured her leg. Look how Renee has treated the family. I don't know what her problem is. She hasn't talked to me in 25 or 30 years. I don't know what the hate is. Early 2000s, she was fine and she slid off the edge. All the other people that she met, I just said, look, find yourself, be happy. I even offered her the condo. You know what the best thing is that happened to Renee? Cole. For him to tolerate all her bad behavior and then come pick her up from a apparently a real despicable bad behavior. I honor him. I honor him for that commitment to family. To sit there and just sit there and say, you got it together this time? There are no more times. You got it together this time? What is the matter with you? You should be doing these things with me if you're out here. Getting a different aspect of life. What you don't know is after Mom had her heart attack in 2012, I really cut back my work. I reevaluated the priorities of my life and learned to live a whole lot less. And guess what? I got the gift. You want to know why? I was able to spend more time with Mom. Call her in the morning and say, let's go have breakfast or I'll make breakfast for you. What are you doing for lunch? Hey, Mom, it's Friday. Lunchbox. Mom, new exhibit at Ronald Reagan's. You want to go? Hey, Mom, let's go see Uncle Mel and Aunt Jenny. It's been a few months. We take road trips together. She drove the Corvette. That was an experience. When Dad died, Mom was never the same. She had horrible moments, and I knew that they were that because she witnessed Dad dying, lying in bed. So when she'd have those moments, they're just a moment. It usually happened around Father's Day, Christmas. My birthday was tough for quite a while. But she'd get really, really tense with me. And I'd say, okay, Mom, tell you what, let's do this later. So I shift to talk about the subject on something else. I grabbed a few gifts and I'd go home. I've accrued over a shopping bag of those gifts. I had planned on opening them this year at Christmas with Mom. Because her memory is that soft. Where I say, yeah, you know, we were having moments and I was busy, so I just got these. But Mom, here's quite a few of these. Can I open these with you? Look what you didn't allow my mom to have just there. And what about that book that I wrote for Mom? I Love You, Mom, where I had the 74 entries in it? And you hid it on the upper shelf of the den's library bookcase. There's no way Mom could have reached it. In fact, you had to straddle the box to put it up there. What possessed you to be that way? What possessed you for when I got vitamins from Mom, and I even brought them up, but even a year later said, well, there they are, still in the corner. Why didn't you give them to her? I'd see something about Mom. I got her a Skechers slip-in shoes. I 3-4 pairs of LL Bean moccasin slippers, vests, pajamas. So many of them you didn't even give to her, and I still got, I'll show them in the bag. There's a pair of pajamas that said, these are too small, they're mediums. They weren't even tried on. I'm telling you these things not to beat you up. But to show you, look where your heart took you. Tell me one good thing about you dennying Mom from seeing me as often as it was. And you should have come with us wherever we went. We could have joked, we should have kibitzed. None of that. Look how she was denied me on her birthday, on my birthdays, on Christmas, at Easter, Father's Day.